descending 400 feet into the Aegean Sea, where Titanic's sister ship met her fate in 1916.
There she is, the HMHS Britannic, the largest ship lost in World War I.
Stay calm. Don't make any sudden movements.
The ship's interior has become a hunting ground for deep-sea predators.
The operating theater, where doctors performed surgeries while the ship was sinking.
Jesus, a giant grouper's been nesting inside. A nurse who didn't make it out, still at her post after 107 years.
30 lives were lost when the Britannic went down in just 55 minutes.
Barracudas hunt in the wreck's dark corridors, lightning-fast ambush predators. A patient who was too injured to evacuate, left behind as the ship sank.
The first-class medical ward. Dozens of wounded officers were being treated here when disaster struck.
A six-gill shark, one of the oldest species on Earth, rarely seen above 300 feet.
It moves on to hunt. We've been assessed and dismissed as prey. Emergency medical supplies abandoned during the evacuation chaos.
A medic trying to save morphine supplies, caught by the rapidly flooding compartments.
Captain Charles Bartlett. He went down with his ship, staying at his post to the end.
Every instrument tells the story of those final, desperate minutes. A massive baitfish school using the wreck as shelter from predators.
Once it's gone, we can access the lower decks where crew quarters and cargo holds are located.
A sailor who almost made it, trapped
as the water rushed in from below.
The crew quarters where off-duty sailors were resting when the mine detonated.
Frozen in time. Some were eating breakfast when the explosion rocked the ship.
The colossal engines that once powered the world's largest hospital ship.
Engineers stayed below trying to control the flooding. Many never made it out.
Moving slowly. The Dalkonegimans more Noosterboats de Tornillo. Any sudden movement could trigger an attack response.
They're following us. Staying close but keeping their distance for now.
Moray strike. These eels are extremely aggressive when startled in confined spaces.
That was close. Moray bites can cause severe infection from bacteria in their mouths. Medical supplies for the front lines. Tons of equipment that never reached the wounded soldiers. A medic protecting blood supplies until the very end. Precious cargo that could have saved countless lives.
Tiger shark, one of the ocean's most dangerous predators, attracted by the vibrations.
Tiger sharks will eat anything, and they're investigating us as potential prey.
It's moving on to hunt elsewhere, but we need to stay alert in these confined spaces.
These propellers were still spinning when lifeboats got too close, chopping several boats to pieces. A lifeboat crew member caught in the spinning blades, one of the most gruesome deaths that day.
Her home port of Liverpool. The Britannic never returned after this single voyage as a hospital ship.
They're following but not attacking. So we need to get back to the upper decks away from their hunting zone.
The boat deck where the desperate evacuation unfolded. Many never made it off the ship. So close to the surface, but the 55-degree water and exhaustion claimed many swimmers.
Patients too ill to evacuate, they chose to remain seated as the ship went down.
Giant octopus. Extremely intelligent and can be aggressive when cornered in their den.
They have incredibly powerful beaks that can bite through diving suits. Backing away slowly.
It's backing down. Octopuses usually only attack if they feel trapped or protecting eggs.
Moving back to the bow section to examine the mine damage that doomed this magnificent ship.
The mine detonated right here. The explosion breached multiple watertight compartments simultaneously.
She wasn't just carrying medical supplies. Ammunition for British forces was hidden in forward holds.
Armed guards protecting military cargo, this may have made the Britannic a legitimate target under naval law.
Thresher shark. That tail is a weapon used to stun prey with devastating whip strikes.
Moving to the bow, the Britannic's nameplate and figurehead area before we begin our ascent. Here's her name, the last of the Olympic-class ships, sister to Titanic and Olympic.
Nearly 900 feet long. The largest ship lost in World War I, now a underwater grave for 30 souls.
Leaving a memorial for those who remain here, their final resting place in the Aegean Sea.
Time to ascend, leaving the Britannic and her lost crew to rest in peace.